Hello everyone, this is Gerald here. I'm with Abelardo Mayoral-Fierros, better known to everybody as Mayo, the promoter of Invisible Orange. Is that right?
That's right, that's me.
Cool. Mayo, how long have you been a promoter in the local Vancouver metal scene?
2 years last weekend.
Wow, okay. And how did you become a promoter? Like, how did you end up with Invisible Orange, or how did that whole thing all come about?
Before we started, a friend and I, also a metalhead, we were talking about like how cool it would be to organize shows. Like it's like just to get things done, right? And from the event management perspective, and then the opportunity came up because there were agents looking for promoters in Vancouver for mid-sized metal shows, not the very big ones, and got in touch with one and started putting a couple of shows, and another one gets in touch, and so on. So I guess it was a good timing thing. I guess that might have been a reason why we were not seeing many tours coming into Vancouver, right? Like those agents didn't have the connection in here, and then we built a bridge. So it was good timing, I guess, for them.
Okay. Now, Invisible Orange is known for booking a lot of big name bands. Maybe you could tell us some of the names, some of the bands that you've booked. Big names, small, local bands.
Yeah, well, I'll start for the largest shows we've had. I guess it's Dimmu Borgir and Slave show, Creator. Last year, have Sepultura coming next month with Nevermore. Exodus, Soilwork, Epica, Overkill, Death Angel. Yeah, so those are like some of the largest ones. And I guess some other smaller shows. Like the first show we put was with Cattle Decapitation, a band that I like a lot. Ryan Death band, and we had Bound by Blood and Gamma Bomb and smaller bands too. So it's always fun. It's always different.
Yeah. So take us through the process of booking a typical gig, like from beginning to end. How do you manage to pull the bands together and secure the venue, secure the dates, all that stuff?
Yeah, for a touring show, then what happens first is an agent will send a massive email telling all his contacts in different cities that this tour may happen around this range of dates. Then we have to go and hunt for what's available in that range. So this venue's available in these days, this venue's available in these other days. The agent then mixes and matches all the available options, makes the routing and all the dates, and then he says, I'm picking this date for your city. He picks for the entire tour, and then that's how we book the show. Then the show's confirmed, and then we have an announced date, and we get ready to announce. And once we announce, then we promote. And
all the tickets and everything. Cool. Okay, now, what is the easiest and the most difficult part of the promotion job?
Well, the most difficult part will be that you never know what's going to happen. Like, there's always something completely different that will happen. Like, something like that never happened after 30 shows, and then suddenly one day, then, okay, surprise, you've got that problem. So it's the uncertainty of not knowing what problems are coming up or when are they coming. I guess that'll be the difficult part, but it's fun too, right? That's what makes it fun. Like okay, like just like anything. Okay, this happened. Okay, let's solve it. Okay. So difficult and fun at the same time. The best part is, well, I guess to see the audience like a show and all that. So.
Okay. Now, considering that you've only been a promoter for 2 years, have you noticed any changes in the way in the attitudes of the fans or attitudes of the local bands, or anything that comes up in the whole scene that changed over the last 2 years, let's say? Yeah.
Well, Not really. We did have a lot of shows last year, and I'd say maybe because when we start having too many, then at the beginning was people were getting excited. Okay, we have more tours coming into Vancouver. This is great, different, and then I guess people get used to it, or it was also last year was like the bad economy year, so then we saw a decline too in the audience, but then lately I think it's picking up again.
Okay.
So that's in the terms of attendance for the bands.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's always been a lot of bands, good bands in Vancouver, and I was seeing that before doing shows. During the time I was doing shows, it's always difficult to, like, if we get to have a spot for a local band, we try to use it and book local bands, but not all the time we have them. But then it's difficult to decide who, because there's a lot of good talent, and that hasn't stopped. That's been coming for a while, and it's still going strong.
Okay, one final question. How do you see the metal scene in Vancouver? How would it be? How will the scene be like in the future? What do you think it's going to be like? Like, say 2-3 years from now, 4 or 5 years, let's say.
That's a good question, because in general, not only the metal scene, in general, I think I don't know if people are going out less and getting more online virtual entertainment. So I think we're going to have to come up with different things or different offerings in the shows, like different variety. Like instead of this having band 1, band 2, band 3, we're gonna start doing different things and be more creative about what the live entertainment is going to be about.
Yeah.
So I think that's one of the things that the audience is forcing that, right? Because it will be like, okay, yeah, now I have all this entertainment available online, and then will I go and see like roughly the same every time? So that's one thing that I think may change in the future, and hopefully it will be for good. I mean, we should always welcome the changes, and I look forward to see how we can entertain and build up and keep the scene strong in Vancouver.
All right, thank you, Mayo. And I'd like to say that the Invisible Orange has been doing a great job in bringing bands, both locally and internationally, I guess. And I guess this is a strength of Invisible Orange, I guess. That makes it unique, I guess.
Yeah. So, organized. There's a team, not only Mayo, right? There was Michelle and Mark and Liz and Sam. A lot of people that have always been helping. So I mentioned that, and also, thanks to you guys. This is great that you're doing this with the local bands, right? Like mainly like getting all documenting all the different talent. As I said, like I'm always impressed with the amount of bands and good bands that we have in this city.
All right, thank you. Yeah.
Thank you.